was fully planned. That's fine. It's not a problem. We'll just finish off doing the doings. But I suppose that's the problem when you leave your doings until the final 30 seconds, so as to not have your doings show an advert. You sometimes, on some occasions, you find your doings is just that little bit too slow. And you never want slow doings. Right, get that ready, get that sorted, get that on, get that off, and now get that on again. Right, here we go.
Hello there.
We meet again, General Dragonfang. Now you shall pay with entertainment.
It's not really a good impression, but it's very difficult. The only line that you really remember of Grievous, I think, is or at least in that section, I suppose, is the
General Kenobi,
which is still not a good impression, but it's quite difficult to stretch that impression into an extra volume of words. But nonetheless, that's just what happens. I suppose what I have to do, or what you have to do if you're trying to do an impression of Grievous, of course, is try and remember the sort of
I have very limited lungs, because mostly robot.
Possibly, I don't know. But he had a terrible cough for a robot, didn't he? He had like fucking robot asthma, didn't he? Rasthma? No, I don't think that's right. But then again, assbot doesn't work either, does it? If you try and combine it the opposite direction. You don't want to call it assbot. Yeah, no, so I've got a terrible case of the assbots. Robotic asthma. But he was a wheezy little fellow, wasn't he? It's been a while since I've seen General Grievous in much, because it's been a while since I watched the prequels. Should probably change that. Must admit, I'm leaning towards wanting to watch Solo and Rogue One again, which I don't know. I don't know if I necessarily want to do like the whole kit and caboodle over again, as in go from the first prequel all the way through the entire film collection. But I do, I am building a hankering for Solo and Rogue One, because I did rather enjoy those ones. They were quite good. Anyway, enough of that. Welcome, Mr. Blue Boosh. How are you this evening? Are you doing well? And are you doing something? If you are doing something, pray tell, what are you doing? I'm scrolling through these images, see if there's a new one. I get the impression there might not be. No, we did see the chicks and slime. The slimy chicks. And we've seen that one as well. Beautiful, but seen it. I feel like we have seen this one. But it is still quite beautiful. I do wonder what I suppose arguably it might just be a block called bricks. But there you go. It might do something later. That's good. Right now you're watching Top Notch Entertainment. Sorry, I laughed at that because of how inaccurate it is. Especially because technically Top Notch Entertainment would be just viewing the top of Notch's head. If you remember who Notch was, of course, I believe. I believe Notch was the name of the fella who created Minecraft. I might be mistaken. There's every possibility I'm mistaken, but I'm relatively confident in saying that he was the one who created Minecraft originally. And so Top Notch, looking at his head. Did you just laugh at your own shit joke? Yeah, I did. Yeah. I couldn't help myself. It was so bad. So bad. So I know, like, the sides are definitely that sort of tomb pyramid. It's what they use to build the pyramid out of. But I am curious about the windows. The windows are an intriguing one, because I don't recognise what those windows are. I feel like they must be a pre-built window. So you feel like it's probably, something you can just build. I recognise the doors are those sliding glass doors. But yeah, I don't recognise, unless that is like, I don't know. Maybe they might just be called red brick blocks, in fairness. I'll have to have a look, but they are nice. And yes, I think that they do cut a good sort of colour profile. I think that sort of red and white, as you say, contrasting colours work beautifully. And also, hello to you, Mr. Chester Phoenix. Don't think I didn't see you. I see you, Chester, shaking that hello. Welcome, Mr. Chester Phoenix. I will ask you the same thing I asked Blue Boosh, the same thing I ask every week. How are you? Are you doing well? And what are you doing? It's oddly concise. I thought it was going to be a little bit more, oh, the princess is here and not in another castle. Wow. And that, I think, is new. And beautiful, in fairness. Very, very beautiful. I'll tell you what, no, we won't buck the trend. We'll do 5 more. But this time I think we'll try and stick to 5 more. So there was the 5th. My thumb's gone down. That's nice. It's such a sort of modern style condo-y type one. Reminds me a bit of the Iron Man house in the first and second films. The one on the sort of cliffside. It's got that sort of smooth, modern lines and blocky nature to it. The pointer finger's gone down, just to keep you abreast of the situation. That's, again, I don't immediately recognise that, but it's a nice little sort of nice tucked away little tower with a sort of, I mean, technically they call it a home, and people do live in pubs, so it might be this, but there is also a pub sign on the side. We'll see as the evening progresses, and not a great deal. I see. That feels like it's putting a lot of pressure on me, because I believe that's, how are you doing? We'll see as the evening progresses. We'll see. Depends entirely on you now. I'm in a bad mood at the moment. Make me laugh. Otherwise I might remain in a bad mood. Fuck you. And not a great deal, that's fair enough. We can rate you every... No, I don't think my psyche could take that level of abuse. I've lost count. That was 2 more, so I think we've got 1 more to go. And we end on a bonus one, because I can't stick to a 5 count. Oh, it's the big love boat. It's the love boat, honey. It's the love boat. Now, decisions as to what I plan on doing. So, technically speaking, we can do some of these, because these are options. Now, I just came out of the bathroom after almost throwing up. Oh, that's not good. That is not good at all. Do you at least have a reasoning behind the throwing up? Have you been drinking? Have you been built 22 toilets? Is that just that Chester's got a choice? I'm assuming they may have just been a coincidental series of lines. It's just... I just came out of the bathroom after almost throwing up. Build 22 toilets then. Again, that if I did do that, that would remind me distinctly of a sketch from not the 9 o'clock news. Yeah, it was. It was a Rowan Atkinson sketch. Whether he wrote it or not, I don't know, but he was kind of the primary figure in the sketch. But basically, they're sort of trying to design him a bathroom, and it's like, oh yes, we must have a toilet, yes. And then he says, right, and you could have the bath over in this side, and you could have the shower here, and then he sort of goes, oh well, yes, but a shower's not quite as useful as a toilet, so we'll have a toilet in place of the shower, and then you could have a shower instead of the bath, and you sort of take that out. Now there's room for another toilet.
Hello there.
It depends on what the timing you were after was. If you wanted the timing to be, fuck me, hello there, you got it absolutely correct. However, if the timing you were desiring was Obi-Wan to sort of pop down and go, hello there, fuck me, as in sort of perhaps General Grievous is turning around and going, "Hey, hello there."
Fuck me! What's Obi-Wan Kenobi doing here? Nobody invited you. Nobody wanted you. Get the fuck off my planet.
You've been feeling off for the last month or so. Ooh, that is unfortunate. I don't have anything more. I fear. I'm not. I don't. I yeah. I don't. You know. I'm not going to lie. There's not a lot I can do for you, but I can say sorry. Feel better, but that's sort of quite empty, and deep down I know that's quite an empty statement, and therefore I can't say it with a fullness that other people can muster. But hopefully, at the very least, you'll have a couple of hours where it's, not so bad, eh? Because sometimes life can get you down, and there's a lot more in that song than that. Don't let it down, Mrs. Brown. When life seems hard or tough, just remember it's a republic planet of a ship, but a it's a Monty Python song. I don't think that was obvious. Did you not think that was? No, I don't think that was as obvious as you thought it was. I thought that was a very good rendition. I think you just made noises in an approximation of the theme. No, I think I did a very accurate version. It's the Shooting Stars version, indeed. It was very much turned into the club version. So find more residents. That's going to take me out to the other islands. Build an animal house. Interesting. I'll tell you what. A couple of things we're going to do first. So thing number one, I'm going to pop to the Green Gardens to see what the other challenges are here. Oh yes, you're flush with... Blimey, I went northern there. You're flush with toothpicks. The Galaxy... That's the name of the song, the Galaxy song. That's the one. But yeah, it's one of those ones where I used to know a lot more of the Monty Python songs off by heart, but I don't anymore, unfortunately. But yeah, how many toothpicks, you toothpick consuming whore? And yeah, you're not quite sure what the aim was, but I think it's fuck me, it's Kenobi is a good aim. It is, it's a decent aim. But yeah, the one that usually sticks in my mind, of course, is oh yes, right, I'll do a little song. It's isn't it awfully nice to have a stiffy? Isn't it awfully nice to do? Oh no, I can't remember it, but it's the penis song from Monty Python. It's a very entertaining song. Build a restaurant. Apparently, oh I see, simple kitchen and dining room. So you need 2 rooms to build the one restaurant. Also, I need to build a room somewhere up high. A lofty living space would command a lovely view of your island in all its glory in an extremely elevated place. Now, that's slightly problematic because I don't know what they classify as extremely elevated. I'm not entirely certain. Listening to the Wolverine podcast radio play. And that was constant rain sounds, and now I'm here and there's rain sounds, and it's raining outside. There's no escape. There's never any escape. Never any escape at all. Oh! Is it Can't Sleep stocking Mr. Blueboosh with toothpicks? Is this your pact for the future? Whenever cream soda turns up, toothpicks get hurled across the town. You! Stop with the cream soda! Whoomph! Like javelins. And Mr. Blueboosh, however, he's not fazed. He's not fazed by this rain of toothpicks. He just goes out there and goes, Does an incredibly racist Japanese accent. He's famous for it. And he just picks them out of the air like a ninja. Toothpicks at dawn, exactly. All out of cream soda. I don't know where to get except the chippy. I see. Is that the sentence you're going to stick by? Because I feel like that's not true. You know exactly where to get cream soda. You know exactly where to get cream soda. You are the cream soda fiend, aren't you? Make all sorts of food. I only need one more piece of food. That would be quite useful to have. But I am wondering maybe to try and perhaps build a restaurant up super high. That might be my goal for today. I might make a restaurant up really high. But I don't, as I say, I'm not... Like, I wouldn't necessarily want to put it up on that peak. But outside of that... What is that over there? Oh, there's sort of... Oh, there's eggs, of course, because the chickens are just running wild. Which I suppose... fair dues. I haven't got a home for my chickens, so... I guess when you don't have a home for your chickens will just roam free. What are you? Oh, you're a hammerhood. I don't know whether you're the friendly hammerhood or the unfriendly hammerhood. I don't think we've got friendly ants, no. But very weak ants, so that's something. Oh, that might be a friendly hammerhood, since it seems to be being attacked by this ant. So I'll just fuck up that ant, and if that hammerhood decides to get involved, I will kill it as well. But apart from that, we'll try to avoid death to hammerhats. Oh, good, we can now destroy these blocks. That's quite helpful. I don't... no, this is umber, isn't it? Umber? Yeah, umber. We've been able to destroy umber for quite some time. I do feel like... If I'm going to try this restaurant, I feel like it's going to want to be near the waterfall. Because I feel like... Weak ants. Wants. I'm assuming you wanted it pronounced wants, not once. Or is that just a statement that you've put in like a newspaper? Weak ants. Wants. I need a bevy of weak ants, please. Can someone come along and please help me in my goal to secure several billion weak ants? Yeah, I feel like sort of... Maybe building it here. Don't know if I 100% like that idea, but I do sort of like that idea. And fuck off. If you want food, you can some of the chips my dad ordered from the kebab shop tonight. Ooh, delicious. I must admit, the kebab shop we go to does a delightful cheesy chip. But in fairness, I mean, you put cheese on anything, I think it's delightful. I'll tell you what I did the other day, and some people will call me a maverick and a genius. Other people will call me disgusting. But, needed. Weak ants. Thanks. At some point you're going to end up with Thanos. Wanted. Weak ants. Thanks. Ostrich. Thanos. Bit of a stretch, but it's fine. But yeah, no, the other day I took a katsu curry and I basically put it on a bagel as a pizza, for those interested. I've mentioned this before, but I make sort of lunchtime pizzas. I don't think I've ever specified precisely how I make them, but nonetheless you use a bagel as a pizza base, essentially. And so what I did was I took the katsu curry sauce and used it as the sort of pizza sauce, then popped some cheese on top, then popped the chicken, sliced up the chicken, popped that on top, then even scooped a little bit of the rice on, just to end up with a little bit of rice in there somewhere, just to have that as a flavour and a texture. And then I did a bit more cheese on top, melted it all together, cooked it up, and yeah, basically, because I realised it's I can't remember what I called it, but I suppose essentially it's Jettelpun, which is Jewish, I think, for bagels. I'm fairly certain bagels are associated with Jewish people. Italian for pizza, and then Japanese katsu curry. Me and the missus once ordered a kebab wrap and cheesy chips twice. We got 2 cheesy chips and 2 cheesy chip wraps. Interesting. Well, we had a similar thing the other day. My father was in the chip shop, I think it was, and he said, and he ordered sort of 2 battered sausages and a portion of chips twice, and they confused it as being 2 chips and 4 battered sausages. So we ended up with an extra portion of chips, which was not optimal, because they are big portions of chips. Right, let's try and do something here. Okay. So this, I think we want that to go away. Now, it's going to be very difficult to sort of... Oh, bloody ants. It's going to be very difficult because the ants will not leave me alone. Right, so at that point we've got a semi... At this point I'm very excited. I've got a semi... No, we've got a semi-symmetrical base to start on. So how's cheese on katsu? That's the bit that's sticking out on me. It was okay. Truth be told, it was alright. Once it had melted down, you just sort of got the flavour of the cheese come through, mostly as the dominant part, but you still just about sort of could get the katsu sauce come through. Because there wasn't a huge volume of katsu sauce. So it's not like it was this sort of huge volume of katsu sauce, but it was enough to flavour it, certainly. But not quite enough to necessarily be sort of the dominant flavour. Most of it was the chicken, and the chicken and a little tiny bit of rice sort of came through as well. But it wasn't. Truth be told, it wasn't an abomination. But I can't necessarily say I would do it again in a hurry. It didn't stand out as a, oh, this is a majestic beast that I've created. It was a, yeah, it's katsu curry on a bagel. It was pleasant enough. It made a nice change, but I was more than happy to get back to what I would usually have, which is my sort of standard sort of barbecue tomato sauce, topped with a little bit of cheese on a doner kebab isn't worth it. I don't think I've had cheese on a doner kebab. I think usually what I end up with is cheesy chips on the side of having a kebab. Pretty much anything can go on a bagel or a wrap. True. Very true. The only problem with doing pizzas on a bagel is there is a hole in the middle of the bagel, which I realised I should use a roll or something, or the original recipe was muffins, the old English breakfast muffins. But then it's like, you're just using... Do I have... I don't know. I don't think I actually do. Oh, I do have a little bit. I wonder if this will work. But yeah, I just like bagels because they taste good. No. No, it won't. That's true. Put a slice of cheese over the hole. That's not a bad idea. Except I don't really use sort of sliced cheese. I use grated cheese. But I understand the premise you're getting at. It does make a degree of sense. Just never call it a cheese plug. No, probably unwise. And you had 2 cheesy toasties earlier. Oh, God, I really... We used to have a little cheese toasty maker, and I really rather enjoyed it. And I haven't had it in so long, so very, very long. So do we think? No, I don't think sandstone bricks were the one. I'm willing to pop one down and find out. No, it just doesn't quite look. Whoops, not what I wanted. It doesn't quite look. Ungrate the grated cheese. Well, technically, I grate it, so strictly speaking, I could just slice it instead. I'm not gonna lie. I said about, it's technically grated cheese. That's through choice, not through the fact that it's pre-grated or anything. All right, let's have a look at these blocks and see. Oh, here we go. Red brick wall. I said it was probably called the red brick wall. So let's use a little bit of my heart points. pump those heart points into the game. What do we need? We just need earth. That's easy enough to get hold of. So 500 red bricks. You make cheese toasties and a George Foreman. I wouldn't say no to having a George Foreman, but we don't have a George Foreman. Basically, for me, to make a cheese toasty, it's basically do it under the grill. Or do it in a frying pan, of course, a la the croque madame. Well, I think, if memory serves, and it might not, but if memory serves, the croque monsieur is basically a cheese toasty, cheese and ham toasty. The croque madame, and this is a hell of a coincidence, the croque madame has a little egg on top. In fact, I think we've made a croque madame in this game, haven't we? I might be wrong, but I'm fairly certain we have actually made a croque madame in this game. Right, let's... Whoops. Well, I suppose the hammer is the easier, the sort of slightly simpler tool to use in this situation, but still. Okay, ungrate the grated cheese, push the slice back on the block, wrap it up, put it in the fridge, take out the cheese, cut a slice off, put it over your hole. Now, I just that sounds, especially when you called it a cheese plug. Now it definitely sounds like it's going to be a sexual thing. But you know, each to their own. If you want a cheesy plug, you have a cheesy plug. But I'm not convinced. That's a crock of shit. Yes, it probably would be. Let's tally ho up this mountain. Whee! And carry on over here. So, I'm not going to lie. The issue we've got is I don't have a plan. Which is probably going to be an issue. However, we're not necessarily going to let that stop us. We're just going to carry on blindly and hope we can figure out some kind of planned situation. I might have to consult the plan pony though. And the plan pony is made up and not a real thing. Which could be slightly awkward. But I'm just sort of trying to build some kind of foundation so that I can build outwards. See what happens. So I'm thinking maybe what would be quite nice. And I do have some glass floor and I can build some more glass floor. Is that going to block the... That is actually blocking the water, isn't it? Which means I probably need to go up at least one more step. So what we'll perhaps do is consider, say, like... Yeah, okay. So if we consider this to be our entrance point. And I don't necessarily want the brick floor as the floor. Might look for a new floor type, which might work. Do have to go back to the bench though, unfortunately. Which is less than optimal. Because of course it means another trip back. But there you go, never mind. And then, so what you do is you enter the restaurant over the glass floor. I do need more glass floor as well, that is inconvenient. But yeah, so you sort of... I'm thinking if we come down here and then maybe here, we basically start a staircase, essentially. I believe that's going to work out in my favour. Yes, it did. It should work, or that might be the one I'm standing on. No, we're okay. Here we go. Here we go. That's not optimal in terms of what I was actually after. We need to sort of clear out this section if we're going to end up going down. A logical progression in the timeline. Doop-a-doo, never down, took a fine line. There's a song in there somewhere. Quite an old song, I think, in fairness. So what we'll try and do is just get a little bit of a staircase going. Well, I've got a nasty feeling I'd need... Let's just test this. Yes. Because if there's going to be a floor there... And it would be optimal for, yeah, it would be optimal to have the floor start. Whoops. Not there. There. Which means we've actually slightly fucked it up. But there you go, we can... It's relatively early, so having fucked it up this early is not so bad. It's not optimal, but it's bearable. And now we want to smash out this area. Keep on smashing with me. That's what you need in your life. More smashing and bashing and crashing down. I'll figure out what I want to do with the sides as well, because it might be quite nice to sort of perhaps clear the sides. Ah, you little bastard ant! Now I'm in a less than optimal position. Stupid bloody ant. Gonna have to roam around the side once again, all because that ant decided to be an absolute prick. Oh yes, he is a massive prick. And just a huge, endless bell end. Eat a steak. Should have eaten the steak before I started trashing ants, since it upped my attack power. It made killing them easier, but never mind. That is the wrong place to hammer. Now we just keep smashing down. Oh, smashed down a little bit too far. Is the combo still on cheese? It is not specifically on cheese. The conversation can move on from cheese if you so choose to move it on from the cheese grommet. Doodly-doodly-doodly-doo. Currently, I am attempting to build a staircase. So we shall see if my efforts are viable. I don't know if I do actually want to smash this area out, but I'm going to. That's the wrong direction, isn't it? That's better-ish, maybe. There we go. That sort of did a little bit of something. What about cheesy peas? You like cheese? You like peas? Then you'll love cheesy peas. You know, in new strawberry flavour. That is a fantastic sketch. Also, if you were interested and unaware of this... Oh, there we go. Mr. Can't Sleep Must Paint is aware of this. But not everybody is. I've discovered not everybody is aware of this. But there is actually a dish in Indian cuisine which is cheesy peas. I can't quite remember the official title of it, but it is nonetheless basically cheesy peas. And it is quite a fascinating little thing, because most people look at that sketch and go, that's not a thing. Only to, you know, only for the revelation that there is such a thing as cheesy peas to be quite the sort of, what moment, which is always quite fascinating. Mutter paneer, yeah, paneer is definitely correct. Whether that's the exact spelling or not, I'm not 100% convinced, but yeah, you're definitely close-ish. I'll have to... I don't like cheese that much, but I'm assumed to know... amused, maybe? Or else I'm missing the definition of assumed. But I feel like that was the wrong word. But I might be wrong. I might be judging you too harshly. Nice. Oh, that's a little bit... Made the staircase a little bit scruffy there, but that's fine. Amused was the correct one, that's fine. Do want to sort of smash that as well, so I'll smash that. Sorry, but you were standing in the way, dear. Indian chefs found cheese and just stuck stuff in it. Everything. All will become the cheese. I must admit, I don't necessarily blame them. Ah, you cock. Really? Don't have to be one step down. Am I doing... Oh, yeah, I've been doing a free... I've been doing free all the way down, haven't I? Yeah. Of course I have, because that's how the hammer works. Or this is how the sort of mid-range of my hammer blow works. I can, of course, do the maximum hammer blow, but you don't necessarily need to do the maximum hammer blow all the time. Cheese peas, cheese spinach, cheese bread, cheese potato. Ah, cheese, Rick. It amused me a lot more than I was expecting to. Apparently, Japanese people think we smell of cheese. Well, that's probably because of all the cheese we're eating. But yeah, that is slightly concerning. I don't necessarily want to know that I smell of cheese. Yeah. Well, there we go. We've formed a staircase of sorts, which will make getting up there a lot easier. Whilst also, I will try and probably build some more stairs, maybe. I don't necessarily know if I've got enough space to build stairs, but we want to look for... Yeah, we want a glass floor. Glass floor. It's the dairy in our diet. Is it really? Welcome, Mr. Skink Rules. Dropping the knowledge bomb the moment he appears. Welcome. Oh, modern masonry block. That might be of interest. So what, let's build 10 of them, see what it looks like on the map. Because, oh, we've already apparently got modern masonry blocks in our inventory. No, that's a mud brick wall. Here we go. Oh shit, I've got loads of them. Blimey. Oh, maybe I didn't like it then. I don't think it works as a floor, to be honest. Don't like it. You nearly dated a girl that smelt like milk. Did she curdle? Was not expecting the phrase "did she curdle." Caught me a little bit by surprise there. 300 pieces of glass, please. And malice also infected my brain with the need. God damn it! Need to go potatoes. You know, boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew. If I hear the word potato, I think that's not just malice. That's generally every time you know. You genuinely have to do that at all times. It's kind of the law. You're not allowed to not do that. I've got quite a lot of stone, although not necessarily enough, but I mean, now I've got 500 stairs. I'm going to go ahead and hope that 500 stairs is enough. I've actually got 590 stairs. I do wonder, that's vault wall, masonry wall, that's mud brick walls, dolomites, granite floor block. Well, you are called... Oh, but you're expensive. And we can't do that. Refined design block. Ooh. I would need a lot more wood, though. I wonder if I could get infinite wood. That would make life a lot easier. Especially the herringbone. I think I own some herring... Oh, yeah, I do own some herringbone. But the refined design block might be quite nice as a flooring system. But it would, as I say, require me to go and get wood. Oh, Rochelle is happy. That's good. Also, I will ask you as well, Mr. Skink Rules. How are you? Are you doing well, and what are you doing? I'm getting better at that line, aren't I? I suppose the more you say it, the more you can internalise it as a sort of automatic thing. Maybe it's sort of like a traditional wood floor. Yeah, I know. I should avoid getting infinite wood, because anything over 4 hours, and you do need to sort of go see a doctor. But I do quite like the idea... So that's floorboard, but I'd quite like to look at this. Let's build a shed load of that. Well, I say a shed load. It's 120. Waiting for the better half to return from Thorpe Park. What is the better half doing in Thorpe Park? Well, I'm assuming enjoying herself, but it's still fascinating. Fascinating that she's ended up in Thorpe Park. Now, do I not have stone columns? 'Cause I've got these wood vertical blocks, but I don't seem to have any stone ones. I thought stone ones would be well in there, but apparently no. No, we don't have that. Interesting. Let's have a look, just a quick look through all, just in case there's somewhere else. I suppose technically that's... Oh, that's a stone handrail. That's not necessarily what I would want. Well, that could be interesting. It's a wooden handrail. I mean, this is the Furrowfield, so natural materials feel like they'd be more appropriate, which would mean the wood would be the wood would be better than that. Let's see what else we got. Were you unable to attend Thorpe Park, or did you just not fancy Thorpe Park? because it feels like a thing you'd do together. But I may have just overstepped a boundary of judging you there, and I apologise. Was a work trip thingy. Okay, that is getting more and more fascinating by the second. So was that a sort of works do, where they all just went and had a jolly at Thorpe Park, or was it more of a sort of official capacity? I'm devilishly curious now. I'm asking too many questions, but what can I say? You've intrigued me with the sudden trip to Thorpe Park. And I say sudden. It's sudden for me. It's sudden for me because I've only just found out. It was probably planned long in advance for you. Oh, you weren't invited? Oh. That's unfair. You should have at least had an invite, even if you couldn't make it. Nice to at least be invited. Alright, okay, so we now have a staircase up to here. Will you ants? Hopefully my restaurant isn't going to be infested with ants. But it does seem quite likely that the restaurant is now going to be infested with ants. I mean, I mostly want the sort of glass floor just as an entranceway. So that's not too bad. So at this point we'd want... Yeah, I think that's going to be alright, isn't it? And then this is just like... yeah, this will be the back wall, so no, that's... The one place I didn't want that to be is the one place I put it. Watching Babylon 5! Do you know what? I think that's one of the few series I've never seen. I do slightly feel like I should probably watch it at some point. Ow, you piss off. And that's not aimed at Babylon 5. That is aimed at this bloody fire-wielding, shit-heading cockmonger. He mongers cock like you would not believe. He has mongered all of the cock indeed. If you ever need a dose of the cock, then he's your man, for he mongers cock like you would never believe, no siree. We don't really need the silver blocks. I mean, we're going to use this hardwood floor, which I don't know if it might have been at the back here. Yes, it is at the back here. Which sci-fi series is Babylon 5? I don't know specifically. I know the name, but I don't know much in the way of details. So, if you have a moment, you could possibly put forth a review of Babylonian 5. And why'd you say it in a weird way? I don't know. It just sort of happens a lot. I suppose in a very general sense, I'm probably classified as weird. Yeah. Yeah, that's not too bad. Extend that floor out there. Extend that floor out there. And I do just want to sort of... Whoops. Well, turns out, wood floor, quite weak to the hammer. Last review you gave got deleted. As I say, I have no idea what happened on that thing, because there is literally... I did double check the sort of filters and all that jazz, and there is absolutely nothing. There's absolutely nothing and no reason for anything to be deleted in that Discord. There's very much an open Discord of, you know, zero filters. You can pretty much say whatever you like. And I did look it up, and the only explanation they provide in terms of sort of help desky type area was simply the sort of connection idea. It disconnected and didn't send the message. Right, okay. Good news, I don't dislike it. Bad news, it might take me a long while to figure out the rest of it. But that's not the point. Also, I probably would want a staff entrance, so I'm wondering if maybe if we build out the restaurant part in this sort of section, and then the kitchen-y part can be over here. So I suppose, yeah, what you're sort of doing is go da 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 da. Oh, look, I'm in the restaurant. Ah, hello, Mr. Waiter. Oh, come this way to take a seat? Yes, thank you. I don't mind if I do. So I probably need to work out the chair situation more so than anything else at this point. Also, I think this is going to be a sort of corridor, so we do want sort of stuff there. Precisely how to do the rest of this, I do not know, but still. What I might do first, we'll get rid of the stairs for a moment, and then tally-ho! What's quite beneficial is I think I've got enough distance. Yeah, I've got more than enough, in fairness. More than enough height to float majestically to my workbench. The only slightly slow bit is when you end up having to rush back up the stairs. Right, let's have a review of what stuff we have available for the partaking of our stuff. Right, so I'm thinking wooden handrails, but unfortunately I've got no wood, have I? This is the problem I've got still. Still don't have wood. No, I still don't have wood. Also, it wouldn't be a bad idea. The tin-tin-dun. Hey, the weird tin-tin-dun. I want the tin-tin-dun, because then I might be able to make some customizable tints. Stain extractor, stickler, stifler, sifter. Go, Malroth, it's your birthday. I want to party like it's your birthday. Just protect me for as long as you can while I'm looking through here and trying to figure out what I want to do in my restaurant there. Wooden lamp. Oh yeah, I've only got one piece of wood. I really need to resolve the wood situation, don't I? Because there ain't no doing anything without a lot of wood. It might be nice to have a sofa in the sort of waiting room, but even sofas require wood. A cafe table. Ooh, I do like the cafe table. I might go with cafe tables, yeah. Fancy tables, not too bad, but I do like the glass. I love a bit of glass, apparently. Glass floors everywhere. Glass above the pond in the sort of blooming what's it. Just all of the glass all of the time. I must have glass. Bookcases might be a nice decorative item. Slink shelf might be nice as well. For storing whatever you like. I wonder how much truth there is in storing whatever I like. It's always difficult to know for certain. But yeah, I think really I'm going to want to track down wood. So let's go to, I think, the docks. I'll give it a manual save, and then it'll do, it'll do a second manual save when I actually leave the island. But ideally, what I want to try and find is the island that will give me infinite wood. Or at the very least, I want an island that's going to sort of... Am I not allowed to see... Oh, view island information. Ah, infinite supply of wood. So I'm actually quite close to an infinite supply of wood. So, yeah. I think to the soggy scary. To the soggy scary we go. Do. I'd see a doctor. I'm gonna get the most out of this infinite wood for now. I will. Oh, I've still got a letter in the post box, and I keep forgetting that letter. The problem is, I only notice the letter when I sail away, and it's a bit of a problem. Do come sail away, come sail away. So yes, Skink, if you're still present, I'm assuming Babylon 5 is worth a watch, but can we get confirmation? Is Babylon 5 worth a watch? Has anybody else seen Babylon 5 and have an opinion of Babylon 5? Is it better than Babylon's 4, 3, 2 and 1? Oh, you don't know yet. Oh, so this is your first viewing of Babylon 5. Ah, how fascinating. What prompted you to watch Babylon 5 out of interest? I'm assuming it caught your eye in some fashion. Was it a recommendation? Oh, I'll tell you what, let's trash that tree, because that should get me wood. Yeah, nice. Now, theoretically, I should be able to get infinite wood. Oh, fuck. Wait. Oh, shitty. Bum. Fuck. Diddly. Doodles. Right, so we want sort of a... We're looking for a hole. It's the 90s, sci-fi, etc., etc. Fair enough. That is good enough reason. Now, is that what we're after? No. Okay, if I trash that... Ah, you bastard. Be a little bit more careful. There we go. Is that class? Nope. Okay, no, no. I don't think that's being classified as the registered item anyway. I think we're trying to find something slightly different. Also, it looks like we were after sort of a melon, maybe? Watermelon from somewhere? Whether that's true or not, I don't know for certain, but it looks like a watermelon. I can't quite tell. Yeah, I think that's sort of a bush of some kind. I'm not 100% certain. I get a bit of corn in my life. If I knew a corn song, I would definitely do a rendition for you, but unfortunately, I'm not sure of a corn song. I recognise it as a band, but I'm not sure what they sung. Is that an apple? No, it's a pristine plumberry. Oh, now is that the stump we're looking for? Yes, it is. Good, a plumberry stump. Oh, that's probably why this stump of the previous options didn't work, because they weren't plumberry stumps. I bet you know a corny song. I know a song that'll get on your nerves. Mostly because it's literally that line. Do 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 do. Tally ho, tally hey. Up the hill we shall go, sir. Up the hill we shall go. Up the hill we shall go, sir. Up the hill and far away. Maroff, what are you doing, buddy? Why are you paralysed? Don't be a div. But yes, also there was... you watched it when it first... Bloody archers. You watched it when it first came out. I thought it was Bruce Willis as the security officer. Then stop watching when you found out it wasn't. I see. So does that mean if Bruce Willis is in something, you're an immediate viewer of said something? Are you a particular fan of the Willisman? Tell you what, I was watching a little... Oh, hang on. Wait for it. Just slowly. Stroke the cock. Stroke the cock, don't stroke the cock, baby. Stroke the cock, just stroke the cock over. Trash the ape, don't trash the ape, baby. Yeah, trashed him before he had a chance to move. Now, is this checkable? Are you 100% sure that's not checkable? I suppose they're not technically. No, they're aubergettes. I think we want melons. We want melons in our life, sir. We want melons. Oh, there's another animal. Be very, very quiet. And then you too can stroke cock. Do, do, do. But only if you're quiet. If you're too loud, you might startle the cock. And then the cock might go off. And sometimes you don't want that immediately. You know, you want to sort of build up to the cock going off. Which is why you have to sneak hop and then stroke the cock. That's a shame. It may seem unfair that I'm picking on these tiny weak slimes, but I'm relatively confident you can get one as an ally. So I am sort of killing them for the sake of getting an ally. I have to kill many slimes to get the potential for a friend slime. In fairness, I don't think those shell slimes, I don't think they get to be an ally. I can't remember. I can't honestly remember if every single monster is able to be an ally. Oh, that was interesting. Did I just do a massive slam attack, or was that my imagination? I don't know, but one of my chickens, one of my carts... You think I fell on my cart set? Because it does seem a little bit damaged. But that's what happens when you stroke it too much. Sometimes you can do that. It's nasty. You can break it. Now there are 6 of them. 6 of what? 6 of what and half a dozen of the other? You're going to have to help me out. 6 what? 6 cocks? Oh, cock 6, of course. Of course, it just dawned on me that I said the word cock 6. And also, welcome, Mr. Caliber. I was going to say you're early. And then I looked at the clock and realised it's later than I thought. It is quite amazing how quickly playing this game, the time just trundles along. Trundles along. Now, are we 100% certain? I mean, technically don't, because obviously I don't. I catch up on it the following day, but I understand the general sentiment. But, yeah. Oh, yes, we've found my melons. Oh, it's a pumpkin, actually. Oh, yeah, of course, we do know. We have addressed the green pumpkins in the past, haven't we? It's been a good series thus far. I don't know why I gave you that accent, but there you go, you've got it now. It's a strange fusion of many other things. As is the norm from any of my accents, I suppose. But, yes. Hard to beat a line like godforsaken bird vomit. That was definitely the poo bags one, wasn't it? The old doggy bags. But I'm fairly certain. Was it Desiree? She's usually the one with the over the top lines, because mostly I think because of American. But she was also the one who the line it definitely came from her was oatmeal and death, which was a hell of a thing. So we're kind of looking for we're looking for sort of. Is that the one we're looking for? That can't be. I must have already checked that, surely. Yeah. Could you? Ah! Oh! Gotta be very careful. My cocks are taking damage. Mostly from me, which is the biggest problem. Gotta be careful when I'm swinging my sword. 'Cause if you're not careful when you're swinging that sword, you might hurt your own cock. And there isn't a guard for that. You got a D guard. Well, actually, no, there is a D guard, in fairness. If you know your weaponsmithing, you can get a D guard, which is, well, so it's basically a guard that's shaped like a D. And I don't mean it's shaped like a penis. I mean it's shaped like the letter D, and that's why it's called a D guard. I assume, anyway. There's every possibility there's a different reason why it's called that, but you got to assume it's the simpler option, which is it looks like a D, and so they went, yeah, it's a D guard, that is. And one assumes if it looks like a C, it's a C guard. There wasn't a joke in there, that was just a statement of fact. It sounded like there should have been a joke in there somewhere, but no, it wasn't. It was just a statement. But anyway, I'll ask you, finally, the question has come back to New Orleans. I will ask you the same as everybody else, although we technically now know, of course, which is Taskmaster. But how are you doing, and what are you doing? Are you doing well? That's aimed at you, Mr. Malice Caliber. Although technically anybody can answer that question, if you so choose. You don't have to sit on the sidelines being quiet. You can always answer the question again. Perhaps the situation has changed. Perhaps you're now doing something else, and therefore wish to update your previous responses. That is more than welcome. Is this going to be the one? Yes. Okay. Dry ivy. That's the difference. One was wet ivy and one was dry ivy. It's quite surprising that we got the dry ivy in the middle of a fucking rainstorm. But we're not gonna question that. No siree. No siree. Never question that at all. So if we want Infinigrass, we are going to require the hole. I don't know where the holes are, but they are sort of Oh, that's not what I wanted. Oh, I haven't said that. Oh, that's just string. That's fine. I said, oh, how dare you make me hungry? I might have to eat my chickens. I don't want to eat my chickens. Well, not yet, anyway. They're not plump enough for that. I seem to have had a large volume of chickens in my life recently. Technically, I suppose I did have chicken for tea, for starters. That's one set of chickens. I say that. That's probably less than one chicken, in fairness. I didn't eat a whole set of chickens. But I can potentially get my hands on a fourth cock. Which, let's be honest, if you've got a triple of cocks, you might as well go in for the fourth. In for a penny. In for 4 cocks. It's going to become a joke in a moment or two, isn't it? No, I said 4 cocks. No, I know you said 4 cocks. There's no misinterpretation of the word 4 cocks, mate. Oh, no, that's fair. Grabbing aubergines. I'm assuming it is the fusion of the aubergine and the courgette, which is an abomination. That is the joke, isn't it? What? Which bit is the joke? The 4 cocks bit is the joke, yeah. I suppose the 4 cocks is joke enough. Let's try and trash another hill slime, why not? Up, and 2 primates. Or baboons, I think they might be. I can't say that with any real degree of certainty. So yeah, we're looking for... it's definitely one of these sort of pale ones. It's sort of like a tall, slightly more bushy section. Ah! Big withered tree. There we go, we managed to find one. Infiniwood. Good. Everybody loves Infiniwood. It is supremely, supremely good. What are you? I destroyed you. But sometimes you have to destroy the things you love in order to set them free. Which is why I may end up killing one of these chickens. In fairness, I've already got a couple of chickens in the back on the island, so I don't really need this many chickens, but still. Anyway, other places where I've got chickens, I've been playing RimWorld recently, and I got a series of chickens in that as well. I thought it was an odd little sequence of events, because I thought, oh, they're quite cheap. Wasn't meant to be a bird joke, but very nearly was. Oh, is that... Are you one of mine? No. No, you are not one of mine. Okay, let's let you calm down. There we go. It's calmed down. We can get a 5th one. Ah, you little shite burglar. No, we're okay. We're okay. We're okay. I befriended a 5th cock. That's my 5th cock of the day. At this rate, I'm going to need a van to put them all in. I'm going to need a cocko van. But, so, you stepped away for a bit. I don't know precisely. There's a wave of cringe there. A wave of cringe. Oh, there's a 6th one. Come on, 6th cock. Anyway, I was discussing RimWorld. I was playing RimWorld, and the traders came by and offered a cheap chicken and a hen, cheap hen and a cheap cockerel. And so I thought, you know what? Yeah. Might be quite nice. Regular supply of eggs and all that. That would be quite useful. What I hadn't factored in, and it's naive, because obviously this is what happens, but I've never really done animal handling in RimWorld. So I don't fully know what to expect from it and what you're supposed to do in it. So I just sort of, oh, right, yeah, I'll buy those 2 animals off of you. And then suddenly, the first problem that arose was... I was informed that one of my 2 chickens was going to run off by itself, and it was like, well, I know they were cheap, but fuck, I can't have it running off by itself and leaving. I paid for it. I paid for this bastard, and so I had to quickly build a pen, just any old pen whatsoever. And so I quickly sort of slotted this pen in between my buildings, and then I invited Tell around as well. Another joke for you there. Ah, oh, full of them. Well, full of something anyway. Oh! Friend slime! Friend
Friend slime. Ooh, friend. Oh, no! No! I think I'm going to have to get rid of one of my chickens, but it's fine. So we've got meat and goo-eat. I can imitate goomans in cottontail costumes as they goo about their work. That's creepy. And goo into battle with me nearby and I'll heal your wounds. So yeah, sorry. I'm sending the chicken away. Goodbye. The chicken returned to its own home planet and was never seen from... But fuck me. Run! There's something attacking my chickens. And it was never heard of again. So anyway, I managed to wrangle them enough to get them in the pen, which was quite helpful. But what I hadn't completely factored in, and as I say, completely naive, I'm willing to accept, but I hadn't factored in the fact that when they laid eggs, they would be fertilised eggs. I've found the hole, which is exactly what the cockerel said. Filthy. Yes. That might also be what the cockerel said, I don't know. Hey! What are you doing to me? Stop that. Anyway, right, what we can do is just teleport back to... Oh. Oh, no, that's interesting. That strikes me as it might... Although I might have to get rid of another chicken, but that's fine. But that might be a house. Because stone, I don't think really naturally exists here. But anyway, yeah, the chickens ended up... Because it was a male and a female chicken, they ended up going at it. And because I wasn't clearing out the eggs all that often, I suddenly found myself inundated with chicks. So I was like, oh, I wasn't expecting this. And so, yeah, now I've got a large supply of chickens in my RimWorld world. Here we go. Look at this. A little special treat for everyone. We've found a car in the middle of nowhere. Ah! Fucking archers. I hope I haven't lost a chicken. Although if there is a friend here, I don't mind losing a chicken. But yeah, I've now ended up in RimWorld. I've got quite the little menagerie of bits and bobs, because I've got 2 alpacas. I've got a bevy of chicks. I've got a pregnant alpaca. That's one of the pair, admittedly. It's not a separate alpaca. That's one of the pair is pregnant. I've also got a pregnant horse and a stallion. And do you want to... Because the stallion happened to be silver in colour, I named it Silver, of course, as in sort of the Lone Ranger style stuff. And what I then decided to do was I named the female Hi-Ho. So I've now got 2 horses called Hi-Ho Silver. And maybe I'm gonna have to name the baby. I'm gonna have to name the baby Away, and so it's Hi-Ho Silver Away. It's battle cries. It's no use. It's no use. Anyway, so this is a place. It's lovely, isn't it? It's lovely enough. As was explained last week, I'll give a quick rundown for anybody who wasn't present. These are plucked from the sort of best of the best builds that won contests and stuff. And basically they get put on these islands at random. And every now and again you find one. It's usually where you would find people. Unfortunately, on this occasion, there is no person to be found. But, oh, people were questioning the naughty nightlights. That's what a naughty nightlight looks like, by the way. That thing up above. That is a naughty nightlight. It's got lots of hearts and it's pink, alright. But anyway, unfortunately, there's not a man or a woman or some other form of beast there, so there's not a lot of point in staying around. So we will walk to the docks, where I will allow my cocks to do the work of many. So, yes, that's fine. I'm leaving behind 1 chicken. We're all good. But yeah, so I've ended up with quite a little menagerie in RimWorld. It's going surprisingly well at the moment. I do emphasise at the moment. It went slightly wrong when I sent my group off to investigate a sort of place away from home. I was given a quest, and I thought, you know what, I'll try this quest. So I sent a few of the sort of the premier fighters away on this little quest. Mostly just the ones with guns was the primary idea. Just send them off and they'd be able to protect the caravan and stuff. And it was quite nice. It was quite pleasant. Oh, I didn't set up another piece of cooking. Oh, very disappointing. Oh, well, I suppose we'll do that now. But I think I've probably got at least something in reserve for food stuff. Although I haven't got that. I do have coffee beans. I should try and cook some coffee beans. Shrooms on a stick, I suppose. That will do. But we are going to have to sort the... bread will do nicely as well. Oh, no, don't. I didn't mean... Oh, well, that's a fire I've just defeated. Oh, well, never mind. I can always get that out again. There we go. Take that out. And pop that back down. There we go. It's fine. It's all good. It's all fine. It's all majestic. Everything is awesome. Everything is fine when you're part of the team. Everything is awesome. If you, I don't know, rhyme something with whatever it was supposed to rhyme with. That might be the laziest thing you've ever done. Yeah, I think so too. But yeah, anyway, I sent the caravan away, and lo and behold, I left someone in charge of the cooking who was not good at cooking. So basically, the three remaining people just kept vomiting for the entire time the chef was away, which was not great news. Everything slowed to a crawl because everybody was just chundering something dramatic, and it was like, wow, I really fucked that one up, didn't I? Oh, I've just fucked this up as well because obviously I can't build anything. Whoops, I can't change my tools whilst in mid-air either. It's fine. It's all fine. It's absolutely glorious. But what we want to do is gather more bits and pieces. And now I've got infinite wood, we should be able to get some bits and pieces there however we like. We can get as much stuff as we want. Let's get so much floor. All the floor will be mine. You cannot stop the floor. Now, if we wanted wooden handrails, we can get so many wooden handrails. You cannot believe the amount of handrails we can have. Big door. Big door might be quite nice, but ooh, fancy door. Yeah, I think we might have a couple of fancy doors. We'll pick 5 fancy doors. I don't necessarily think I'm going to use 5 fancy doors, but it's good to have them. It's better to have the fancy doors and not need the fancy doors, as opposed to not having the fancy doors and needing the fancy doors. So we're just going to gather all sorts of bits. All sorts of bits here. 15 tables. 15 tables is way too many tables, but treat yourself. Treat yourself. Treat yourself. Do we want chair? Or do we want something a bit more sort of... I must admit, it's probably the nicest looking chair there. Because otherwise it's going to end up being stone stools or simple stools. But it is quite an ugly chair. I do sort of want something slightly more just chair-like, really. Definitely not have anything just a bit more like a chair. Couches, I mean, could use couches, but I don't think I want to. Bathing stool, I don't think that's what you want in your themed restaurant, is it? Use a toilet. Who needs a bathroom when you fit another toilet in? I don't want to use toilets. Plus, I can't actually build toilets at the moment. I think I have to unlock the thing later on. So, now, do we want it to be like a little chip shop? No, I think I want it to be slightly fancier than a chip shop. Maybe tea service. That might be quite nice. Although I do need hearty cream. Fucking ants. I do need hearty cream cakes and crockery. Crockery we can do, but hearty cream cakes, no idea how to build a hearty cream cake. It's a recipe I need to unlock. You can't make toilets. Just hold it in. Well, I can make pots. I can quite literally give them a pot to piss in. but I can't actually make proper physical toilets. Which is this... Oh, cooking utensils. Yeah, if we're going to build a kitchen, we want cooking utensils on the side, don't we? They are literally decoration only, but, you know. Why not decorate it nicely? It's the whole point in this whole affair. Are we going to be a low-class joint with dartboards or a high-class joint with trendy art? I'm sort of thinking maybe trendy art. Let's be a trendy restaurant. Trendy-ish, anyway. Well, having said that, we're doing sort of old red brick building, so we're not that trendy. It's going to be a confusing restaurant, shall we say? A confusing restaurant. So we'll put the dun 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 dun. Just pop it in there. I don't think I've got much in the way of dyes. No, I don't. Awkward. You would go with objet d'art, as in a dartboard. Objet d'art board. Might be nice to have them a different colour, but I'd prefer to be able to sort of perhaps have them in black. But then again, the orange is probably sufficient in fairness. Well, we've got a bunch of shit. Let's go see if we can figure out what we want to do with all of that shit. Whoops, come here. Up the hill, please. Up the hill and far away. I've got some slimes in the house. I say I've got slimes in the house. I don't know whether they're my slimes or enemy slimes. Very difficult to tell. They all look like slimes. I know, that's slimist, sir. That's slimist. How dare you suggest all slimes look the same? Right, wooden rail. There, and there at the very least. And once again, there at the very least. And then there and there at the very least. Now, I do sort of... It's going to take a long while, but I do sort of have the urge to finish that handrail off down the stair area. So we may end up having to do that at some point. But for now, let's just try and figure out where we want to go with the restaurant there. So I suppose... Where were those... Ah, there are the fancy doors. How big are the fancy doors? They are a 2x2. So a fancy door here. Absolutely delightful. I'm liking that. That's nice. And I'm thinking maybe what we'll do... Oops, not what I wanted to do. If we did sort of a floor out there, and then sort of... So that's the path into the restaurant. And then that's the path into the kitchen area. Just going to fill this area in. I'm sure it'll be useful to have a floor there. It's fine. And then we probably want sort of... Oh, sometimes the game doesn't like cooperating. Other times the game likes cooperating. Okay. So this one has a little tiny corridor in it. I'm thinking maybe here... Although that's going to end up being... No, that's going to end up being impossible to do, isn't it? Do I like this idea after all? No, I'm not sure I do. Yeah, I must admit, technically... Yeah, that would sort of work, that's fine. Yeah, not intolerable. I do want slightly easier access to the restaurant, maybe. Well, at least the ant can't get me. Suck on that. Fuck you, ant. Stuck my walls, bitch. Stuck by my walls. I suppose we could just do a corridor here that would lead directly into the restaurant, or a corridor right towards the back of the restaurant so that people can... And I realised, I'd like to point out, they don't technically dish up the food in that fashion. It doesn't make that much difference. It's just, I want it thematically good. And that's why I'm trying. And I know. Why are you trying? It's all pointless in the end. No purpose for anything you're doing. You're right. You're right. But we're going to do it anyway, because belligerent stupidity. Yeah, okay. I do fancy sort of windows there, but I think we want sort of full blocks by the door. And then maybe, yeah, I think maybe a 4x4 window there. We want full blocks on the wall, on the sort of actual wally piece. And then maybe, again, sort of full blocks there. And I think since this is the back area, we don't have to worry about windows there. So a grand foyer and into the restaurant proper. Which means we basically want this floor to sort of expand out. We kind of want the wall to be there maximum, really, because if I want to put the handrail in, of course, I think it's just my imagination, but it felt like it was lagging a bit on the controller, so panic save, just in case. Now, it's going to be a very small... Maybe it'd be better to have this as the kitchen area, because I can expand that area out a bit better. Pick that up. And maybe, do you know what? Maybe I want fancy doors for both. Just make it all look fancy. So let's trash this area. Possibly trash this area as well. Whoops, I trashed it a little bit too much there. That's fine. And again. What can I say? These are soft wood floors. It's very easy to hammer them apart. So we pop a fancy door there. So now you come in here and maybe I'll figure out some kind of signpost that says restaurant this way. And this way is probably toilets and kitchen. Seems reasonable. I'd like to point out they're not the same room, just in case you were wondering. Would you have a fancy door on the toilet? Nah, because it's got an open pane. Probably have to be a unisex toilet. It's going to be like the disabled toilets, just everybody can use it. Well, that's not true. That's absolutely not true whatsoever. I meant in terms of both genders can use the same toilet. Not literally everybody can use the toilet. So do we have a good toilet door? Do we have a good toilet duct? Are you making a toilet with a glass floor? No, I am not making a toilet with a glass floor. Not even I am that insane. Double door toilet? I don't think you'd want a double door toilet, would you? You only really need a single door on a toilet, don't you? But still. I feel like maybe not wooden... I mean, they do wooden floors on toilets, but I am wondering if maybe... Do I got any, like, tiles or something? Chalk? Concrete block? No. Bricks? Copper wall? Flagstone? Flagstone might work. Did someone say doo-doo? I missed it if the word doo-doo was said. Oh, we can't go too far back here because otherwise it clips the window, which is not what you want. And I don't want to use that at all. So... we need to do is if we do that, and then we pop that there, then we just have a slightly smaller window. And here, we can do something like that. And then maybe I don't think they do an actual sort of like thin window like you would perhaps get in a bathroom situation where you have that sort of tiny thin window just at the top. Nobody can see you, but you know, it's just there to, you know, it's there to take care of people who have had a massive shit, isn't it? Really, just as a little bit of a vent, so that, you know, if you've had a massive shit, it can sort of clear out at least a touch before the next individual comes in. But I think this one's just going to be a full sort of blocked toilet. It's fine. So here we go. A tiny room. Well, I suppose that's going to tell me if it's high enough. It's not high enough. So all of this, fun fact, all of this, absolute waste of time. It's fine. We're having fun, aren't we? Aren't we having fun? Are you having fun yet? Have the fun. Demand you have the fun. Right, let's put the fancy tables on so I can figure out how big the fancy tables are. I didn't actually pick up any chairs, did I, after all? We forgot all about chairs, but most chairs, in fairness, are a single block. So I'll just double check. Do we have no chairs whatsoever? Yes, we have no chairs whatsoever. It's one of those new fancy restaurants where you have to stand. Oh, that's a very small table. Oh, that's alright. We can put loads of those fucking tables in, can't we? Let's expand this area. Now, do we, and I think I know the answer to this question, do we want a grand piano? Can I even build a grand piano at the moment? No, I don't think I can, actually. That's a shame. Oh, well, we've got a towel rail, so we can finish off a bit more of the bathroom. I must admit, I was having plans for that glass floor, so we can have that as well. And where's my pot for them to piss in? There we go, there's a pot to piss in, so we can sort that bit out. Anything else needed in a toilet? I suppose one of my lights would probably not go amiss, would it? So let's put a light inside the toilet and then a pot to piss in. There we go, a pot to piss in and a towel rail so that you can. Oh, I can't place it there. I can't place it there. What the fuck are you talking about? There we go, I was going to say, I can distinctly place it there. And then the light. God damn you little shite burglars. Could you... No! Why are you refusing me the light? How big is this light? What the shit? Oh, is this a standing light? Oh, are you sure? No, it's literally called a wall lamp, isn't it? Oh no, it's called a wooden lamp. Okay. Okay, fair enough. I think it is a standing lamp. Blast. Okay. Well, I suppose it's to stand at the back then. There you go. You can warm your thigh on the hot glow of your wooden lamp whilst you're, you know, conducting your business. Right. So there is a toilet. This, I think, is going to be a sort of a wall, obviously. And now we basically want sort of, yeah, we go here. And then build it out at least one more. That's two more. I said at least one more. Pay attention to the language used and then you'll keep up. There we go. Something like that. Now. Cheeky jump. Cheeky jump. Good lad. I've got plenty of wood floor on me, so we should be alright here. Plus, as specified, they are actually only tiny tables, so we're not doing too badly. Right, so I'm thinking we pop a bit of wood there, and then we pop another wall section there. That way we've got access here. Now, I do feel like the kitchen should be sort of blocked off to a certain extent from the toilets, so probably want another one of those fancy doors. Where are the fancy doors? I don't know. I can't see them. There they are. They have appeared magically. Fancy door. Do we want a sort of... Nah, we don't. But I have made another small room, so that's something. That's not really a kitchen door, is it? But... Nah, it's not. I disagree that that's not a kitchen door. That's not a door for a kitchen. I don't think a portcullis would be suited for a kitchen either. Wooden sliding door. Yeah, that might work a bit better for a kitchen. Yeah. Yeah, well, it'll roughly do. You can still sort of see into the kitchen, but in fairness, sometimes you have those little swing doors with a little porthole in, so, you know, in real life you can sometimes see into the kitchen. Right, let's extend this out just a little bit more, so we've got a bit more room. Yeah, a little bit more as well. If something's worth doing, it's worth overdoing and making everything far too big. Because that's my policy. If it's worth doing bigger than you expect it to be. Which I don't know whether that's going to be the ultimate compliment or the ultimate insult. Well, it's bigger than I expected it to be. A mob of monsters appeared. I really don't feel like giving a shit at the moment. But I do also acknowledge that I might actually have to give a shit. Because the last time I didn't give a shit in the pyramid, the whole fucking pyramid got destroyed from the inside, so I get the impression I might actually have to deal with this annoyance. I do feel slightly... Now, granted, I think there is like an online build mode which might not have enemies. This is the story mode, which therefore can include enemies, but to a certain extent, on your own island, while you're trying to build up your own island in a fancy and pleasant fashion, I do feel like the whole enemies thing could go suck a dick and not exist. But that's just one man's opinion. One man who has taken an hour 40 minutes to build not even a full restaurant. So maybe I'm just a little bit slow. But I'm also a man who can eat 10 tomatoes in less than 5 seconds. So that's got to count for something, hasn't it? I think we want that one covered as well. Yeah, I think that's a bit better. Now, I think one more this side. Don't necessarily need it to be square, but I sort of want it to be square, I think. That's not quite square, but it's actually easy enough to count these ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, no, it's quite difficult to count these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Whoops. 12, 13. That should be 14. Let's count it again, I suppose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Good. That will account for the horrific acid reflux you will endure soon. You might have to help me out. What did I say that prompted that response? I'm sure I said something, but I just don't know precisely what I said. Mostly because I suppose I wasn't paying attention to my own prattling nonsense, which arguably I think is the optimal scenario. It's probably better if you don't listen to the prattling nonsense, because the prattling nonsense is just aggravating. Right, so do you know what the other thing I wanted to do just as a bit of an extra. I wanted one extra piece. Oh, 10 tomato. The acid reflux for 10 tomatoes. Yes. Joe, what's really weird is I found that out that tomatoes are meant to sort of promote a certain level of acid reflux. Now, a few years back, I suffered greatly from a bit of acid reflux, or at least I assume it was acid reflux. It matched all the symptoms, but nonetheless, I sort of got it frequently post meals, obviously. And yet, the one dish it really didn't trigger on was a dish that was basically tomato central, which struck me as very peculiar. I suppose arguably it probably shouldn't strike me as that peculiar, because I suspect somewhere along the line my entire body is just a fucking mess of stuff, so it being completely backwards to the norm is not that surprising. But nonetheless, it was sort of what they called the little potato dumplings, the Italian potato dumplings. I can't quite remember what they're called. You cook them in boiling water like pasta, and when they're done, they float to the surface, I believe, at least, if memory serves. I feel like they begin sort of loosely with a D or something. Yeah. Can't quite remember. Anybody got any clue? Italian potato dumplings you cook like pasta? Anybody? Gnocchi! Yeah, it's the one. So they didn't start with the letter I thought they started with, but he knows. He knows. He knows the gnocchi. But they're delicious. I don't know, if you've never had them, I would highly recommend them, because they are absolutely spectacular. You can roast them in place of potatoes too. Interesting. I would never have considered roasting them, but... Have I burnt through all my fancy doors? No, I have not. Good. And fry them. Again, I have never tried frying them. I have only ever considered sort of bog standard, pop them in like pasta in the boiling water, let them rise to the surface, and ooh, deliciously done. But yeah, I haven't had them in ages. Don't know why. We just sort of stopped picking them up, I think. There's a really peculiar pasta we had the other day, which was like little tiny. The shape of the pasta, can't remember what they were called, unfortunately, so I couldn't tell you. But the shape of them just had something so oddly sort of like the old. I don't think these lamps are going to work for my purposes, because I'd need a surface to put them on, because otherwise they're going to sit on the floor, and I don't really like them sitting on the floor, so I'm not keen on them. Was it Dick pasta? No, it was not Dick pasta. The shape was oddly reminiscent of lenses, contact lenses. They were very small, very small. Old dicks, and they were very small. Yeah, it's very small dicks, but they were very, very small, and they were quite pleasant. In fairness, I don't know. They had a bit more thickness to them. Again, could easily be talking about dicks. If he doesn't correct me, it was dicks. It was not dicks. I have corrected you. It was not dicks. There were no dicks involved in the making of this pasta. Which I think, in fairness, is something we can all thank God for. You don't really want dicks in your pasta. Sounds like a college prank. We put dicks in my pasta. It was dicks. No, wait, it was cocks. He cocks his pippins. He doesn't. Does he? What a boy. Let's build one of them to see what it's like, because it looks like it could be an awkward angle. Oh no, it would work. Does it work nicely against it? Yeah, it does actually work quite nicely against the tables. So I think we'll be utilising those chairs. So let's go get... Oh, I can only afford 2 more chairs. Oh, good. That is unfortunate. Visit international food stores. There's loads more varieties of pasta. Great fun. Nice. I must admit, I'm fairly sort of... I'm possibly inconveniently set in my ways of not wanting to change my food habits. I should possibly be slightly more willing to sort of go off and kind of explore other things, but unfortunately I'm distinctly not. How to get cotton? You pop down EastEnders and follow the smoke trail, I think, in fairness. That's .con. That's .con. I suppose, yeah, pasta is pasta for the most part. Unless you make it yourself, in which case it might not be as pastery as you were hoping. I don't know. I can't deny I've never actually made my own pasta. I made my own bread because I used to do quite a nice calzone made of my own. Don't hover on that phrase. Made of your own what? Made of your own what? Made by my own hand. In fairness, that's what I meant to say. But yeah, I mean, it's basically just a folded pizza. A wooden pillar, an iron pillar. I mean, maybe we could use some iron pillars. If you make it yourself, it might be pasta, it might be dicks. Ah, there's the grand piano. Ah, I need more rooms. Blast. I could have a harp, a lyre though. Or a big bronze bell. Do we want a big bell end in the restaurant? No, I don't want a big bell end in the restaurant. Before you say I'd like a big bell end in the restaurant, please. No, we are not having a big bell end in the restaurant. That's quite nice. I don't know where you get bamboo from though. No. Well, we've got some art for the walls, and we've got some tables, and we've got a limited volume of chairs, but I suppose it will perhaps do. Goddamn ants. Go away, go away, go away, indeed. So I don't actually know what's required of the deep fried feast, so I suppose we might as well unlock it and find out. So we need a fried fish. That makes a degree of sense. Is there flour in the game? I suppose there is wheat, which sometimes registers as flour. Which makes me think maybe... Yeah, fish sticks. Ooh. Well, no, I can't really get fish sticks. I fear I can't actually build any useful... I suppose the fungus boards. Yeah, right, the fungus boards will have to do. We're a fungus-only restaurant. A fungus-only restaurant now. Find a panda and steal it. Do pandas usually have it? And what is it at the moment? Because I've fallen behind my own conversation. I realise it's stupid. But nonetheless, I have managed to fall behind. Fish sticks, yes. Everybody loves fish sticks. Everybody wants fish sticks. Everybody needs fish sticks. Ah, but see, that it's not a pasta. You can have it with pasta, but it's not a pasta. It is actual fish sticks. Battered and put in a fryer. Fish sticks are doing it for themselves. Yeah, some kind of fancy display at the front. Although it's a bit more office than I thought it was going to be, but that's fine. It's not how interior decorators do it, is it? Ah, it's fine. What we want... What we'll do is we'll have sort of that like that. Then I fear I'm not going to have the windows I want. Yeah, connecting windows might work, but I think there's a sort of a slightly emptier window. There's the angled windows, but they're not going to help me in this situation, which is a bit of a shame because now I'm going to have to figure out the rest of this. But right, so we want that there, and then we want chair, and ideally we'd want sort of chair both sides, but I've not really got enough chairs. Then we would want a gap. Then we want a chair. Well, that's the wrong way around, so we'll ignore that chair for now. Pop that chair there. Then we want chair, gap, chair, table. And then we can perhaps leave that there, and then have like a 2 gap. Match the chairs. Oops. Fish sticks! Fix! Or would it be dishes? No, because I suppose you are technically taking the first and second letters, but that's not the point. Now, if I can place that better, which is possibly going to... Hey, there we go. That's not necessarily going to be too horrendous after all. Just need to make sure to... Oops, no, not the transformer trowel. I didn't want those. Is that going to be... Yeah, okay, there we go. And then perhaps in this corner as well. Hey, it just worked that time. Can't do it in this corner, of course, because that's where the entrance is, but I suppose maybe we can get away with this one. If you wouldn't mind. No. Okay, so maybe we've got to go... No. Looking like that. Hey, got it. I'm not sure about that, because it's definitely... It feels like it should be in the corner. And the fact that it can't be in the corner. Plus they are really shit lighting. They are not projecting that light all that far, are they? So, all in all, I think they are a shitty light. But there you go. Right, let's deal with a little bit more in the kitchen. Let us go inside the kitchen. Inside the kitchen with Gordon fucking Ramsay. You are a fucking idiot. And I'm going to build you a sandwich to commemorate your stupidity. I think to a certain extent the kitchen staff deserve some kind of window, so we'll pop a gap for a window in there. And then, yeah, let's start trying to sort of gather our props. I don't think they'd want wooden lampes. Shitty light. Shite. Exactly. So, let's try and find some of those accessories I picked up. I must admit, the cook fire is not optimal, but it will look quite... It's not going to look nice, but it will be functional. That's the crucial element. It will be a functional situation rather than... Oh, I wanted to put art on the walls, didn't I? But I've put most of these walls are going to end up being glass, so that people can wander up to them and sort of look out and about. So... I suppose there's a couple of spare walls, isn't there? Yeah, fuck it. Let's find the art. Let's find the art and see if we can place the art of it. I'm gonna unleash the art of the cards. Yu-Gi-Oh reference. That's quite tall, isn't it? I see. 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 I see again. Well, there we go. At least now. Oh, select a snapshot. Interesting. Can I actually? Oh, weird. I don't like that. Well, I do like that. Maybe I like that. I don't know. Upload your island. That would probably work as a triptych, but I feel obliged to sort of use my own image. Which, yeah, we could use that. Oh, that's actually quite nice. Oh, that really works on that canvas. That's brilliant. There's a cock in the restaurant, yes. And Mr. Cock, I can stroke the cock in the kitchen. Well, actually, it's in the dining area, but that's even worse. It's possibly even worse, or possibly better. I don't know. Difficult to say for certain. Right. Okay. So here, let's have the official cooking tool there, and then let's have. Can we actually place them? No, we can't. That's fine. Place a couple of fermenting barrels there, and then on the next door to that, that'll do nicely. Now what we need is sort of a... I suppose we did have an IKEA hob somewhere, didn't we? But yeah, I could go get that, couldn't I? Right now, let's build a counter. Yeah, connecting counter should do nicely. So let's have that. Let's have that start in the corner. Something like that. And then a couple of chopping boards. Delightful. Now some more utensils there. Because, you know, they have utensils everywhere. Oh, can I actually... Shit, I can. I'm assuming I'm going to make tomato juice or something. But we don't actually know what I'm going to be making, so fuck it, we'll have that. Do we know what that makes? Grilled grains, that's fine. Right. To the cooker. To the fancy cooking. It could be. You're right, it could be ketchup. That's actually going to be quite big, isn't it? But can I teleport with it in my hands? I don't know. We're about to find out, aren't I? Zoom! Yes, I can. Cool. Whoa! I don't know why I jumped so far. But I'll take the win. It shortened my journey, it will do. I'm assuming it was the power of kitchen. I seem to keep doing it. I don't know why I keep managing to sort of leap further than your average man whilst holding an entire kitchen counter. And it's relatively impressive, isn't it? I have arms of steel. To the kitchen. Oh good, one of those cocks laid an egg. Yeah, I think that works quite nicely there, but I don't think I'm going to be able to put this pot on it. Oh shit, I can! I can put the pot on the thing and the pot in the... Yes! All of the tomatoes. No, right, fine, I can't put all of the tomatoes in. But I can... I don't know whether this is going to work, but we're going to put wheat and... egg. Try egg. Wheat. Egg. No, I cannot do that. That's a shame. Place the egg. Oh, there we go. Egg and wheat. Oh, egg and wheat was pancakes. Oh, here we go. It's just a vegetable smoothie. Yeah, super savoury smoothie. It's a shame. Bit disappointing, actually. Can I put... Oh, I suppose wheat probably makes... I don't know. I wouldn't have thought it would make beer. But it might do. I call into question the health and safety of putting the burners directly next to a busy door. It's not an unreasonable point. That's not an unreasonable point. Oh, it is fucking beer. Yeah, the farmer's frappe. Make all sorts of food. There we go. It's taken me 2 hours, but I have actually accomplished one thing. I reiterate, just in case it wasn't obvious, I reiterate, this game is not necessarily about making progress. It's about the journey along the way and the friends we make there within. Crack, cracking job. Look at that. It's a mini medal, that is. And I swear it's not touched my penis. Well, that one didn't anyway. Blasted through. In recognition of your incredible achievements, allow me to upgrade your transformer trowel. It's the least I can do. Well, that's why it's so perfect for you. In fairness, you make a winky face that says that might be disingenuous, but it is technically true. No matter what. Bung down blocks for brisk building. Sweet. Change blocks from one type to another, but to lay down lots of blocks at once. I hope this serves you well and complete the rest of your target tablets. I'll give you a magic pencil. Toodle pip for now. Can't for the life of me remember what a magic pencil actually does. But never mind. Can I place... Hey! I can place another pot on there. I suppose arguably what I should probably do, which is going to be slightly awkward perhaps. No, there we go. Yeah! So there's a pot on the burn and a pot in the thing. There's all sorts of pots everywhere. I've got the pepperiest pots in the world. Oh, I can just... That might be a pizza. Oh, we already know that's a pizza. Oh, that's fine. Can I... No, I can't. It's one whole unit. Despite me putting things on top of it, it's just one whole unit. But yeah, that's the Farmer's Frappe. Tell you what, we'll have a look at the information in a moment. So the pancakes, we've already technically seen the pancakes, but... Soft and sugary hotcakes bathed in butter. Butter what? Butterface. A farmer's frappe, a bubbly beverage made from whipped wheat. Nice. Pristine plumberries. Let's exchange the tomatoes for pristine plumberries. Maybe a bit of meat. I'll tell you what might work. Let's exchange the pancakes for a bit of meat and then bring out the tomatoes again. I don't need those barrels anymore. Mushrooms might be worthwhile bringing out the mushrooms. Don't need that art piece at the moment, so it might be worthwhile bringing out that. Oh, coffee beans. Oh, do you know what? I think if memory serves, this doesn't work. Oh no, it does. Okay, it does work, fine. I'm fairly certain there is one, at least, that's like confusingly not what you would expect it to be. Oh, I can cook the beans. Oh no, I can't cook the beans. Oh, maybe that's where I was going wrong previously. I thought you could just straight up cook the beans, but you can't just cook the beans. Have we fried an egg? Yeah, we have fried an egg. That's fine. We'll collect this pizza, and then what I'm thinking is I might try 1, 2 for the pizza, and then meaty pizza? Meaty pizza, yeah. And a coffee! Black coffee. Black coffee. And we're waiting for my egg. Let's investigate my black coffee while we wait for my egg. A piquant? 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 Piquant. That sounds like a word. But I'm not sure. P-I-Q-U-A-N-T. Feel free to interpret that word however you like. Obviously, if you write it down, I'm not going to know how it's pronounced. Unless you write it phonetically. But nonetheless, a piquant, piping hot potable sure to stir you from slumber. That is black coffee. I don't think you'd be able to sort of stick milk in and get a white coffee at all, but I might be wrong. Can I... Oh, no. Okay. You can put it in, but it don't do it. Oh, that's the farmer's frappe, so that's not a huge thing. Plumberries, that might just be general... Yeah, just a sort of... the fried egg is done. That's marvellous. I might be able to cook a... Yeah, cook a plumberry. Ah, that's a new recipe. Can I ferment an egg? No, I can't. Can't put a crab claw in there either. God damn it. I suppose we'll have to deal with this. Can I... Yeah! Spin attack. Spin for the win. Do. Ah, I can pick up that little bit of glass I left down below. It's lucky there was nobody below me when I dropped that, because that could have been nasty. Kill all of the things. There we go. The monster mob has been defeated. And now we want to head up here. Whee! So let's just try... Because what we want is sort of that. And then, yeah, so do we want it sort of up one? I feel like we do want it up one. Yeah, something like that. And now let's get the handrails back out and see if those connect in the way I think they're going to connect, but I'm never 100% sure with a game such as this, because you can never fully tell if it's going to do exactly how you think it's going to do, or not at all. Okay, it's fine. Yeah, it's good enough. It will be fine and dandy. It will be the dandiest thing you can imagine. Whoop. Well, that's not what I wanted to do. That's not what I wanted to do. Eventually we'll get what I want to do. And then we'll all be having a good time. We'll have a good time. Or we'll have a great time. In a moment I'm probably going to put it away because we are over the odds now, so just fill in a little bit of progress along this handrail. And yes, I am going to dig this entire trench all the way down there just to fit a handrail in. I am that sad that I want my handrail to be full as full can be, so that you go up there along the handrail, inside here, into the restaurant. I might be able to store some shit in there. No? Okay. Felt like I was supposed to be able to store stuff on it, but it's sort of mostly... I suppose technically you can kind of place a block there. So maybe if there is something else I can just sort of place on the ground, it might work. Anyway, so, oh! Wheat, tomato and meat formed a burger. And this formed a what? A flame-grilled plumberry. Well, that makes a degree of sense. We just flame-grilled a plumberry, and it made a flame-grilled plumberry. So a succulent steak sandwich between 2 bits of bread. And a plumbery, grilled to plump and juicy perfection. Nice. So we've now got some other foodstuffs. And as I say, that's pretty much the one thing we accomplished, was get food. I'll tell you what I might do, just quickly. Ow. There was no reason to say ow. I thought I was going to land hard on the ground, but I didn't after all. Burger. Yes, indeed. I must admit, I really could go for a burger. Not right now. I'm more than willing to wait until some other day. But nonetheless, it sounds like a very aggressio. Hey, it sounds like an aggressio M&S advert starring Gino De Campo. He be aggressio at you. He hit your face. I'm Gino De Campo. Ah, so there isn't actually. There is only the connecting window. Oh. Oh well. Well, I suppose I'll have to use connecting windows, won't I? I don't have a choice. Let's ditch the mushrooms, ditch the coffee, ditch the wheat and the crabaculos. That'll do. And now find the glass windows. Windows! Steamy windows. I cannot hear the word succulent without my brain going, enjoying a meal, a succulent Chinese meal. Is that a thing? Is that a thing that I don't know about? Or maybe a thing I do know about and my brain's just not connecting at the moment. It's just like a hold message. Your query with the brain is important to me right now, but I'm afraid I can't get to the answer immediately. Please try again in 5 minutes. Windows, 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 windows. Window, window, window. A window, window, window. A room! Not technically a kitchen, though. Interesting. We'll have to investigate as to why that's not a kitchen in a moment or two. Do. I see you know your kung fu. I see. It's something to do with kung fu. The only kung I need is gung po. Ah, the lamp's in the way. Now, theoretically, this should at least equate to being a room. It did not. Good. That is what we wanted. I wonder if it's too many windows, perhaps. I don't know. I don't think that should be a problem, but still. Take a look at the headlock here. Yeah, if you insist. Is it a particularly good headlock? It's a video of a very elegant man getting arrested. I see. Okay, so that's worked as a small room. So the question bodes... why hasn't this one? Because I'm pretty certain the glass floor counts as a floor. So there may be something obvious I'm missing that will present itself in a moment, but I'm not convinced. Yeah, I mean that's 2 by 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 2 2 by 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 2. Yeah, interesting. Very interesting. Can't see a reason why this wouldn't be a room. Would you be willing to give me an answer, game? Why is this not a room? When is a room not a room? Because this is a room. And this is a room. And this is a tiny toilet. And this is a small room. But this... I think it might be too big. I think I might have capped out the size. Well, having said that, it's not... I still feel like it should work, even though it is this big, but... yeah. Yeah, I've got a feeling I may have made it too big. So I might have to shrink it in a bit, but that might be a job for another day, because I think it's time to move on. Whoops. No, do save it, please. Do save it. Make 2 wings. That's not an unreasonable shout, actually. I could shove a wall in there somewhere. Possibly something... I need to exchange some of these tables, perhaps, but... No, I don't care about your Empire of Restoration, so... That's not in line anymore. Okay, that's the line we're after. So if we sort of... all I'm doing now is just sort of testing. I'll try and perhaps make it look slightly fancier at some point, but for now I'm just going to see if slicing this in half will trigger double room. Okay, there's a large room, which makes me wonder if that one is still too big. But maybe I need to run it down the actual centre, which is going to be easier if I just trash this wall with the hammer. If I had a hammer in the morning, hammer in the evening, all over this land, a hammer out danger, a hammer out of mourning, a hammer out love between the brothers and the sisters. Oh, for this land. Hey, what? We'll trash these tables in the centre as well. So I believe it was 14, wasn't it? But we'll count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh yeah, I suppose I did open it even wider, didn't I? So that's unfortunately not going to be an even number, or not going to be an optimal odd number, which is what you'd want. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's the sort of direct middle, which will be here. It's not the tiles I'm looking for. We'll see if this works. If it doesn't, I will still probably leave it, because it's not hugely worthwhile continuing to fiddle. Okay, so here we've ended up with an enormous room, and yet somehow we haven't ended up with 2 enormous rooms, have we? Which means there's something this side that's causing the issue, which is intriguing. I think it can be confirmed that it's not the glass floor, because obviously what is that ant doing? And I mean, I'm very curious as to why it's attacking. Is it attacking one of my... Oh, it's attacking a cow! Sorry, why is there a cow in the toilet? I mean, arguably, you know. It has 0 yeah, but this side has 0 foundations as well. See, this is the slight issue we've got, is this side is pretty much the same. Although I suppose arguably, yeah, we've just managed to sort of... Let's try one more quick experiment. No, the experiment failed. What a bloody nuisance. What a bloody nuisance. What a bloody nuisance. It is. What a bloody nuisance. It is. Of course it is. It's magically a nuisance. Oh yes. Bloody nuisance. I can't see anything obvious from below that's causing a problem. That wouldn't be causing a problem in the other room as well. So, no, I think it's might end up being just one of those problems that I don't have the patience or will to solve. Certainly not this week. And you never know, maybe I will try and move on to the storyline next week so as to not burn too much time wasting around everything else. Oops, didn't want to go on the fire. Just going to do one more run of this just to see if it does it. But I think if it was going to change, it would have changed on that second wall. Nah, there's definitely something amiss with this area. And, you might be right about it being the glass floor, but I'm just not convinced. I do slightly wonder if it's too much window. But then again, I'm fairly certain I made a glass-fronted building previously, so that doesn't really make sense. No. It's not going. It's not doing. A bit of a bastard, because I've ruined my restaurant. But if it wasn't going to work, it was never going to actually become a restaurant, so... Bollocks! Big, hairy, skanky bollocks. Why do they have to be skanky bollocks? I don't know, because it's nasty and annoying. Which is unfortunately what Dragon Quest has become there. But still, we shall see what happens in the future. Maybe I'll have a play with it during the week and see if I can resolve some kind of solution by fiddling around and seeing if I can get the rooms to work, and then seeing if I can get them to work the way I want them to work, which is probably the problem. Anyway, it's time for a quick break and then probably a short graveyard keeper this week. So I will see you after the break.
bye.